Guys, Tarke Cat here, and today we are continuing our Ruthless journey. We're going to do the Golden Hand quest, because I don't know what it gives, but for some reason I think it might give something useful. You're doing great, got 5 big ones waiting on Ritual. Very nice, very nice. So, in the last episode, we got a main drop, which was interesting. I've been thinking a little bit about that main. I did actually get a pretty decent bow, like Ellie attack skills, and we got a decent leveling two-handed hammer. Hoping that we can get some decent caster gear. But if we do get stuff which leans into those other archetypes, you know, it might be an idea to make a second character. Mostly if I get more support gems which work with main, you know. And level 94 the Quartiero Cultist plus tier 16 Dynamax feels good, and love to hear it. Love to hear it. Always enjoy people enjoying Corsico. Wisdom scroll big. I have a very exciting evening planned. So, as some of you are aware, I have a log stove. I keep walking into things that I would normally dash over and being like, I can't dash over that. And I'm thinking of going for a walk later. Oh, magic amulet. Big. Very big. I like how we keep getting... Oh, is it a 30% roll? Oh, a max roller. Oh, look at that juicy regen amulet. I got the resistances. What do I want to go for now? Probably go for Blood Siphon, because I will need the strength eventually. Otherwise I'm rushing into unstable munitions. Overprepped will be really good if I stick with traps and I get like seismic or flamethrower trap. Maybe one day I'll try this. I'll go for Blood Siphon for now because like we've not taken any life nodes. It's a safe pickup. Yeah, so I have a log stove, and I'm considering, or not considering, I'm planning, because this is what I'm planning to spend my evening doing. Getting like a really big carrier bag and going for a walk and picking up fallen twigs. Because we're in something of an energy crisis in the UK, and we've unironically started having rolling blackouts, which is not something that I thought would happen, but apparently that's where we're at right now. Right, let's see what a radiant fountain does. So yeah, gonna try and get some, in quotations, free energy as best as you can. What's a rolling blackout? It's when you lose like electricity in an area for like 30 minutes or an hour or something, and then they rotate it round like a locale, so like across a neighborhood, because of shortages or whatever. There's a normal scrap wood bin, just make sure it's not true. Yeah, so I've had a few people who work at like places like Home Base, B&Q. For the non-UK audiences, it'd kind of be like a random like DIY kind of department stores, building supplies, that sort of thing. Yeah, most of the stuff you get there is treated wood, and you really don't want to be burning treated wood. So yeah. There's quite a few forested areas not too far from me. So I was thinking of giving, because I try and go for a like 1 hour-long walk every day anyway. So I figured I would detour my route that way, and I'll just take like a really thick like refuse bag with me. And yeah, if I happen to get some kindling, great. If not, then you know I've still got to enjoy a walk. You know what I mean? Saw some raw and resist already chill. Can't clear Sanctum for shit though. It's I'm curious to see what it's like at endgame, or as we get into the deep floors. So this is floor 2. Alright, what does a Radiant Fountain? In a random boon, cleanse a random affliction, gain 20. Oh, that's pretty cool. So we get rid of that. Okay. So they no longer have a guard, and we gained a shield. Okay, cool. I probably would have. I wouldn't want to get rid of the resolve loss one. But yeah, that's pretty big, I suppose. Okay. Change the fountain picture with the rusted mallet. What's this? Chest only drop coins. As a merchant. Okay, we'll go for this into the merchant. Be my first. I've not seen a merchant in Sanctum before. So see what we've got. I think we've got a decent amount of coins, like 1k or something. Yeah, 1.3k at the bottom there. We could finish this floor, that'd be good. I should pick this coins up. I really don't like the pickup range on these coins. Very rough. Oh, it's just the chests don't give coins now, right? I still get coins from... Anyways. Those speedy traps when you've not got movement skills are really rough. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Okay, cool. Basically instant. Oh. Yeah, so quick. Like, even when I'm purposely trying to just, like, pop them, still getting clipped by them. It's ridiculous. Okay, so we know that's definitely not a mod to take in Ruthless. Maybe once we've got, like, 30% immunity, because we only got 10% immunity boots. It'd be better. Oh, great. Sick rewards, bro. Sick rewards. Alright, did I do this one? I can't remember if I did. Let's just do it again anyway. I'm pretty sure I did this in the last episode, but... no harm, no foul. It's pretty Ruthless. That is, in fact, Ruthless, yeah. Whoop.
Shine boldly.
Oh no, I need to anyway. Okay, good. Not a waste of time. Hog. Not wasting time is very important when I'm doing these like short 60, 90-minute daily play sessions. So I spoke about this bit in the last video, and I'm going to make a dedicated video talking about this, so I won't labor it too much. But I'm trying something I've not tried before, where I've unsubscribed. Ooh, this could be big. I've unsubscribed from every like Path to Exile content creator on all my feeds, plus one all cold spells with all res life mana. That's really big. That's actually insane. Okay. Ice Trap Gaming. That might be Ice Trap Gaming. What was I gonna say? So yeah, I've unsubscribed from everything. I'm hiding all the forums, all the Reddits, everything from my feeds. And also, I'm purposely only playing, like, an hour and a half a day. To try and get, like, as... ethical, average, casual, whatever you want to call it, like, of an experience as possible. I'm going to try and do it for a whole league, and just sort of see how it changes my relationship with the league, my relationship with Path of Exile, how it feels as a content creator. Yeah. But I'm going to make a dedicated video talking about it, so I won't go into too much detail. But I think it'll be interesting. And it's quite a good excuse to do it now while I'm balancing looking after my mother and my grandmother. So like, I've not got much free time. So I was trying to think of ways, like, how can I like, make the current situation work to my advantage? And I think this is quite an interesting sort of way of approaching a league, because it's not something I've ever done before, you know. So yeah, sort of like taking part-time content creation and making it part of the gimmick almost. Well, you get more. Well, it's just I don't have the time. I can't play more than like an hour a day. So when I did my first YouTube video and stream a couple of days ago, that was genuinely the first time I'd sat at my PC in like 3 months. I just hadn't used the computer. I just didn't have the time to. Been way too busy. Yeah, IRL's been really, really, really manic. Which has been stressful, but you know, we're getting there. Let's store this one. And then maybe try and chain it to the boss later on. Alright, where's this golden hand at? But it has been annoying because I really wanted to play Darkside. Really, really wanted to play Darkside. But the one upside of that is Darkside's been having some server problems. So maybe by the time I actually have time to play, they'll have fixed their server issues. How's Brutal's Ruthless been so far? I've actually been really impressed by... I mean, we're only in Act 2, right? And obviously we're over-leveling pretty hard. But I've been really impressed by just one link fire trap. Now you feel I'll be taking care of my grandpa struggling, hope the situation is better. It's difficult. It's a hard... it's hard finding the balance of, like... 'cause there's frustrations with it, but it's not their fault, so it's, you know, it's... finding the balancing act. But I hope your grandfather has some improvements also. You still get a crash every... Yeah, so like when Darktide launched, everyone was like, it was quite unanimous, like, yeah, there are problems. Now, as we've had some people chat being like, oh, they're all fixed, or like, oh, da, da. I know some people who are still having like really regular disconnects. But wasn't that also the case with Vermintide? Like, wasn't Vermintide really rough? We have to drop something for this. For the first year. Never played it, fair enough. Let's drop that there first. We go character select, I'll say them portals. Gonna need those for maps.
Hello.
Alright, okay, so we're storing all the superior for a recipe. Let's make a GG tab. That goes there, because that is in fact GG. It's difficult trying to like work out what to ID or not. It's just so starved for scraps.
Travel far.
And not being able to ID everything is kind of rough when you don't get many drops. I like contender.
Make it fun. Going.
Okay.
You are.
Oh, it's just regrets. I thought it would be regrets and something because it used to give the jewels. Oh well. Now we know. We can go get our skill point. Okay. And I guess we start traveling towards stable munitions. Cool. Right. So, am I helping Alira? Yeah, I made them say yes, I'm not actually getting the waypoints. I'm an idiot. I've been trying to think about, like, oh, what do I do? Do I help Alira for the resistances? Do I get the skill points? The lack of skill gems is a big turn-off. It's definitely my arch nemesis, the lack of a bridge. It's definitely something you need to like completely recalibrate to. It's sort of freeing in a way. Like I've had some people be like, oh, you're going to be using Path of Building, because I've said that I'm going to be trying to approach this like as ethically or casual, whatever you want to call it. As possible. I'm like, I mean, I'll still use it to like plan out skill trees, but like, what else am I meant to be like You know, like, oh, let's compare these two insane mirror ones. Like, oh, which one gives me more damage? It's like when you're trying to just get a rare item. You know what I mean? It's you just have to work with what you're given. It feels much more like playing a draft mode in a card game. So if you're into that sort of gameplay, to be honest, I think Ruthless feels more like a roguelite than Forbidden Sanctum does. Because you're very much just like, you're going in with absolutely nothing, and it's entirely based on like, what is the game going to give me? Oh, it's giving me this, I guess I might try and make this build, you know? Actually, I think the roguelite analogy is a pretty good one. Because it's like, you know, you might try and force a certain, like, oh, I want to do a lightning build in Hades, right? And then you're like, oh, well, should I force that? I'd be better forcing something which is, like, more generic, you know? You're in Ruthless Trade? Yeah, so this is Ruthless SSF. So it's very much, like, part of the cards, you know? I should be picking those up for recipe. What build can you make on one item find? Did I skip the waypoint? Why am I so bad at this video game? You have to, like, for example, we just picked up like a massive +1 cold gem shield. So, you know, something armor scrap big. Something which works with cold gems. Because cruelty drops, it was mega worth. Yeah, it's like I got a MAME drop yesterday, which I've been thinking about a lot. Unfortunately, MAME is kind of like it's a low tier support gem. Feels like a brutality than we'd be like re-rolling. Monsters are always knockback. I want to do the merchant because like I've not done a merchant yet, and I've got coins. No, it's one of these ones. I don't know. I think it's mostly just like interesting as a like. I think. What am I trying to say? I think people often like have weird reasons to play video games. It's like if you're having fun, like let's say that you enjoy Ruthless, but you get bored of it in like Act 8 or Act 9, right? And let's say that because it's such a slower experience, it takes you, I don't know, 10, 15 hours to get there. Like something silly. But you enjoyed those 10, 15 hours? Well, if you enjoyed it, it's fine, you know? If you're not enjoying it, then that's different. Like, if you force yourself to play something for 10 hours and you hate every second of it, well, then that's not a good time. Oh, well, we're getting wrecked. This guy's really hard to dodge with just 10% movement speed boots. Come on. Thank. Oh, that was so clutch. How are you supposed to judge something that might pick up later in progression there? Again, just are you having fun? If the answer is yes, then you stick with it. If the answer is like, I don't think I'm enjoying this, then you just stop. Gain resolve. Traps are slower. Monsters have less life. The additional room ahead. That's kind of cool. Monsters have. Well, I need to heal. Let's buy that. Monsters of less life seems good. Monsters impact less resolve seems good.
This should help a bit.
I'm not expecting to get past this floor, so I just want the things which will make me get through. Scrying, we're like really close to the end, so scrying's no good. So I guess okay, Star Traps.
I found valuable relics here. Would you like to take a look? One step closer. It was nice to see you again.
Right, that resolve heal I think was big. Right, we may as well just knock this out. Would love some 20. 20, is that greedy? Okay, I'd love some 15% Moonseed boots. Oh, that's so noticeable. It's so much slower now. That's much nicer. It's kind of like... I'm trying to think of games that... You know, it's like the kind of people that would enjoy doing like a no-hit run in Dark Souls or something. Some people, that sounds like the worst thing ever. Like, I personally would never enjoy doing something like that. That just seems like the peak tedium. But other people, like, that's the coolest thing ever, right? So, you know, I think that the appeal of Ruthless is very similar. It's very much a very specific playstyle. It's definitely not for everyone. It's for a very niche... Hey, Bess. It's for a very, very niche type of player. Yeah. But if you think it might appeal to you, you may as well try it. Yeah. It's just something different. Variety is the spice of life. I think that reduced max life is actually quite noticeable. It's almost like we have a support gem. Crazy, right? Imagine having support gems. These archer dudes are so rough without movement speed. Yeah, let's go see if we can take on this guy. Not F. Right, it's just boss now, isn't it? Yeah. Right, not seen this guy before. Let's see what happens. Oh, you look big.
Bow to my sycophants.
Oh, there's two? Oh, this is cool. Oh, this is my thumbnail. This is my thumbnail for the series. Oh, hey, hang on. He did like a poll. That's cheating.
These are flesh.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That's not... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, that does so much damage. What the hell? No, 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 no!
Shudder at your
Oh! Doing that without movement skills. I didn't know that it would leave a massive, like, degen. I should have gotten the rare helmet. Oh, that rare helmet could have been so good. Act 3 is where you really notice it. I can see that. On-scene and snow kicks in. Yep. So, Einhar. I like how it even looks like them just from like an armor design point of view. I mean, you can definitely see the inspiration. Crossing Pyramid Series second pick will still be worth it. I don't know what's more value. I don't know what's more value, to be honest. Right, I can activate my altar now. It's quite a good one. Get that Faithful Inspiration. Store that. Oh, you can store them between runs. Oh, that's interesting. I thought I would have lost it. Oh, that's cool. So I assumed that because I failed that run, I would have lost the rooms, but you don't. That's interesting. Okay. PVC coming later next year. Exile Con is July? End of July, and that's once we're announcing the beta. And D4 comes out 6th of June, I want to say. So maybe this time next year. I think it might be a bit soon. That it depends what their strategy with D4 is. So they might purposely try and have as much distance between the D4 launch and the beta launch as possible. So kind of like people, they play D4, they get their fix, they're like, okay, we're done, moving on to something else. Or if they want to try and compete with it, I don't think there's much reason to compete with it. I think they'd be better off kind of just like letting people kind of like get their little fix of Diablo, and then wow them a couple of months later once it's kind of boring, you know, with PvT stuff. But you know, we'll have to see what their strategy is. Also, we don't know what Blizzard's strategy for D4. Like, we don't know if they're doing leagues or anything like that, do we? I've not really looked into any of the D4 stuff. Yeah. I struggled a lot with Oak, Pearl Fizz, Tiny DPS. Yeah, so I went really hard on the dips nodes, and I just got lots and lots of dips. I've only got 2 defensive nodes. Well, I guess now 3 because I've gotten, yeah. I just rushed loads of damage early on. So to make up for not having support gems or whatever. Is your shots with the norm? Could we still buy gems to do normal POR be alright? I think the movement skills is the thing that most people would have an issue with. And having no movement skills, I think, would affect the average player. Oh, I think more people would be upset about not having movement skills than they would about, like, the drops. Like, I know Tai said that he really liked the idea of Ruthless, but the movement skills kills it for him entirely. You get a free one from Quest the next one? No, you don't. The movement skills are disabled in Ruthless. It's not about, like, not having the gems. It's you don't have... They don't exist. You can have Conk Buff. Yeah, if I can get it to drop. So I need to decide whether or not I want to help Alira or not. I've sort of been like umming and ahhing over this one a fair bit. I mean, Kong Path is okay if you're playing a build with attack speed, but like most people, it's pretty like. Ugh. I think a 1-charge dash or something would be fine. I think that Sanctum boss I just did, like, it's the problem where like fights are designed around being able to jump through certain mechanics. So then not being able to do that is kind of an issue. But no, we'll see. Again, if I had more movement speed, maybe again, because we're doing it on 10 movement speed. 15 auras, yeah, no, it's the auras which is what's winning me over. And if this eventually went crit, then like, you know, the multi's good. The mana regen's nice also. Yeah, go on then.
That was all.
Alright, you ready to bow down for my superior distances? Apt, Fire, Res. You have a move skill called Quicksilver? Yeah. It's true. It's true.
What troubles you bring?
Alright. Oh, they give double scraps? I didn't know that. I might actually go for that. Just disappear.
Going?
Yeah, I think for ones that I know that I won't want, I'll just sell them for double scraps. Because again, we need the Wisdom Scrolls. Wisdom Scrolls are a high commodity, you know? Okay. But, ooh, booties. Very nice, very nice. But no, I very purposely picked traps because they're a high damage skill. So I'm like, they'll make up for the fact that I don't have support gems. At least for the first few acts, I imagine. Transmute, very nice. Superior, very nice. Get those whetstones. I'm not looking forward to trying to link items. I think Ruthless with the new PoE2 gem system, where 6 sockets... Because it's for anyone who missed, because I mean, to be fair, it was announced like 3 years ago. So in PoE2 you don't have gem sockets and links based on your gear, it's on your gems. So if you know that you're, I don't know, say a fire trap build and you've got your level 21 fire trap, then 6-socketing that fire trap that you're not going to replace makes sense, right? You can throw all of your currency into getting that 6-socket, because once you've got it, you've completed it. Good job. Whereas one of the issues you have in just normal SSF, let alone Ruthless, is you get a pretty good chest piece drop. And you want to use it because it's a pretty good chest. It could, in fact, even be, like, really good. But you're like, it's... When you've got finite fusing orbs, and you know that it's not perfect, do you potentially throw your, like, 1,000 fuse to not even get a 6-link? And then, like, the next day you drop a unique chest? That's also something which happens a lot in SSF, which I find very frustrating. Is you might get a unique drop that you should normally be happy to use, right? But because the unique is so much weaker than a, like, influence chest piece, then even though that current item is, like, 1,000,000 times better than your random corrupted 5-link, you don't use it. And that's something which is why, like, that feeling sucks, and it's why they're going for this new gem system in PvT. And I think that's probably going to be the roughest part of... Ooh, get the chromatic. I think it's going to be the roughest part of Ruthless. Any items that, like, interact with gems, they've said they're going to rework or make them do certain things. Persistence goals are extra links, yeah. Stuff like Deerstalkers or, like, Thunder Fist, stuff which, like, give you, like, pseudo 5-links, those would be massive. Those items will gain a lot of value. I think the gem system is probably the thing I'm most excited for about PvT. Nice. Alchemy. Very big. I do need to set up a late filter for highlighting. When you've got such limited drops, to miss drops is massive. Death and fundamental shift. Yeah, it's been well needed. It's the thing of you know, the game's been out for 10 years. When you've had a game that old, you get put into certain design corners. Spears, yeah, I'm really looking forward to spears. I've always been annoyed by how few video games have spears, considering spears are, like, the most effective weapon in human history, going back to, like, prehistoric hunting to battlefield formations. More games should use spears and javelins, so I am very hyped for spears and javelins. And it bums me out how few games have spears in them. Like, for me, when I see a game with a spear, I'm like, this is a selling point, let's go. Spears are sick. $20.77, let's go. Yeah. Yeah, I think I have a very big relatively use-efficient... That's the other thing, they require far less training. Far less training. You've got a peasant militia, give them a bunch of spears, way better. I'd much rather have, like, 20 random farmers with spears than, like, a highly trained hedge knight with a, you know, fully dicked out in armor and everything. Reminds me, I have a D&D character planned, which he only uses maces because he's afraid of edges. So basically it's just like a really clumsy guy who's terrified of cutting himself, so he'll only use blunt weapons. And I think that'd be quite cool. I was thinking of making him like a barbarian, and then, like, when he gets frightened by enemies, like, that's his part of his rage. Like, he sees someone with, like, a sword or any kind of edge weapon, he's like, ah, just goes full rage, just, like, tries to just beat them down. Like, ah, get rid of them. Yeah. No, it's specifically about sharp things. Yeah, full flight or fight, exactly. Yeah. Oh, my first regret of the league. Let's go. It was something that I was thinking about It could work well as a monk. Yeah, yeah. I haven't played D&D in years. I really miss it. I need to find a group. The last D&D character I played was a monk. What was I gonna say? Because I was thinking about it because I'm into history. Because of course I'm very cool, and I do like a little bit of like hobbyist writing and now and again, this, that, and the other. And like when I have, I've got a interest in game dev, so I think about like weapon systems. So I watch quite a few YouTube channels that go into random medieval weaponry or history or this, that, and the other. And I always think about these guys who have like these massive walls just covered in swords, and I was like, one, I don't have the money, but like if I ever had the money, would I ever want to have a bunch of swords? And I'm kind of like, I don't know if I would really trust myself to just have like it just feels like an accident waiting to happen. Like that just seems like a bad vibe. And then I was watching something on cudgels, and I'm like, I could trust myself with a cudgel. Like I could have a cudgel, and then that's why I got into the whole idea of like, yeah, this berserk who's afraid of edges. You have the money to get, you have the money to get. No, it's not about training. It's just about accidents happen. Like it's like stairs. Yeah, stairs. Stairs are deadly. But no, it's just like, something falls off a wall, or, if you have pets, because I've got pets, they accidentally fucking impale themselves. It's just, there's some American watching this with like his 50 machine guns. Like, I'm confused, Tarke. This doesn't make sense. You're afraid of potentially having dangerous weapons in your home. I don't understand. What do you mean? Can you explain this in terms that I understand? So you're gonna be a Baycasters league? Possibly towards the end of the league. I'm not sure. So I'm very busy IRL balancing, basically being like a part-time carer for my mother and grandmother. And I'm trying to like still slice out my own like personal time away from that. So I don't really want to start tying other people in, because like organizing Baycast takes a lot of time, also getting the hours all lined up. And I've set up this challenge where I'm going to try and play as much of this league as possible in Ruthless SSF. And I've actually unsubscribed from all the other PoE channels on YouTube. I've muted them all on Twitter. I'm not using any forums or Reddits. And trying to have like as blind of experience as possible. As a way to kind of like make the most of my current situation. So I might maybe do a Baycast later into the league to kind of talk about that experience with the others. I think could be quite interesting. But right now, I've not got any immediate plans to organize one. Sorry. It's a bit of a mindset, yeah. I think it's also... So I have a... one of my mum's oldest friends. She literally makes me call her Auntie Julie. She's this woman from New Orleans. I've known her since I was like 3. She used to live in the UK for a bit, so I spent quite a lot of time with her. She now is back in New Orleans, but she comes to the UK like once a year and we hang out. And we've had this conversation because her brother is a massive gun nut. And he's just like sheds full of the stuff. She's an American, so you just have these kind of conversations. And I think one of the things which is good from the whole, like, not having, for example, a random, like, claymore on your wall, or, semi-automatics or whatever in the house, is if you have an argument, like, if you have an argument with, like, your partner in the UK, they might throw a glass at you if things get really heated. And that's kind of that. Maybe if they're making a sandwich, they might come at you with a knife. But, it's kind of... It's on quite a small scale. Right. Difference is... you can... Yeah, blade is ancient. That's true. That's true. I think a lot of it also depends on your upbringing. I mean, I think nearly all of that is upbringing. Kinds of people you had around you. There are some people in my family with quite bad mental health issues. So, definitely wouldn't want them to be around when, you know. Chaos Orb, big. I think that might be my first Chaos Orb. Nice. You have dental issues too? They suck? Yeah. Alright, let's go for it. Let's see. Is Bakehouse dead now? No, not at all. No. That's great. What I want is a fountain in my first room. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm balancing a lot of IRL with PB right now. So just one league, there may not be a Baycast. If that's allowed. If you guys will allow me to potentially have one league not doing Baycast, that'd be nice. But there probably will still be one at some point, but I've not planned one at the moment. We will consider your request, thank you. Like the one league you can take off. I mean, it's a bit of a shame. It's if because again, I've not been looking at any forums or anything. It would be kind of nice to be doing content creation, like proper full-time content creation in a league where people are happy. But anyway, this guy's so annoying as a trap player. I mean, this guy's probably annoying for all builds. Oh, he spent a very long time not doing anything then. That was okay. Haven't seen a single player start player retention yet. That's a good sign. This guy, man. This guy. There you go. How's the current lead looking? People seem to be enjoying it. I'd recommend giving it a crack. Wait, is this going to cost me coins? It costs you coins to use the fountain? That's a mega laugh. I mean, the safest way is to always gun towards the fountains, but... I want items. Give me the items. Large mana flask. Vendor that up. Very good. Cool. Where are you at, lad? Oh. That was a bit clutch. Okay. End that one up. That's not an item. Sadness. Hardship. Suffering. No, positive mindset. It's not hardship, suffering. It's sunshine and rainbows. Repeat after me. It is sunshine and rainbows. I'm gonna try Ruthless now. Go for it. Leaving money in the... Oh, did I leave the coinage? Feels bad, man. I feel like it should just auto pick up. I don't think you should have to walk near it. Got COVID, but Tarke streaming, live takers, but also giver. Maybe you have a smooth recovery. One of my friends, his whole family has gotten COVID. Like, tested positive today, which kind of sucks for a Christmas vibe. So, yeah, just kind of shit. I think he's spending it with his girlfriend now. Actually, that's a question. I'm curious now. What? Again, this is a great question to ask Twitch chat, because as we all know, Twitch chat is the pinnacle of social interactions. So I think he's been with his partner for, I want to say 6 months. How long do you think you should be dating someone before you spend Christmas together with their entire extended family? Because he's shitting himself a little bit. He's a little bit worried about meeting her entire family all at once. And I think I would probably be a bit intimidated by that. Because because I don't think he's even met her parents before. So I feel like it's quite a lot. But I suppose on the other hand, it's because it's a big thing. I feel like in really big gatherings, in a way, it's easier because there's less attention on you. You know what I mean? Wait, what? Hang on, that's quick maths. It's there. At least one Chris without going there, so 1 year plus. Yeah, I'd say a year on average. I would normally say a year. I didn't even meet my girlfriend's parents like 2 years in. Whole family, that's a big yikes. Your girlfriend and I started a relationship online, but I spent Christmas with her family only the second time I met her. Ooh, that's a lot. I think I would struggle with that. I think I would find that quite awkward. Was it a big family gathering? See, this is the thing. I feel like if that was a big family gathering, I feel like it went okay. I'm glad it went well. I feel like if it's a big thing, I feel like if there's like cousins, grandparents, whatever, I feel like 34. Yeah, in that case, perfect. I actually think that's probably the best way of meeting people, because you can kind of dip in and out of conversations easy as. But if it's like anything less than 6, I think that's a bit intense. Now we're engaged. Oh, beautiful. Love to hear that. You did after 2 months. How did it go, Todd? Are you engaged? This is inviting. I rate that I like playing Monster Hunter. There we go. 40 HP can't hear anything if you take one step away now. Yeah. Also, I feel like with that, it's I feel like in like a really big gathering, you're allowed like 1 or 2 faux pas. Got married and been married 3.5. Beautiful. That's really nice. I feel like you're allowed 1 or 2 faux pas, whereas I feel like in a group of like 5 or 6, then you kind of like, oof, people remember that, you know what I mean? It's like a oof. Last month after 6 years together. Did they live in a different country? If they live within an hour of where you live, I think that's a bit odd. 6 years. To be with someone for 6 years and only meet their parents once, that's a long time. Unless there's like a reason. Like they're estranged, or they're in a different country, or they're on the other side of the country. In which case, fair, you know. But that's quite a long time. Right, what do you reckon? You reckon we get some big drops? Feeling big drops? Big dippers? Big dippers, big drops? Oh, look at that damage. Oh, phased it. Phased it. Woohoo. Instant oversoul. Whetstone of Calandra. That'd be big. Hey, Cardi, how you doing, man? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, we're doing damage, we're doing damage. Oh. Yeah, we'll get him in the next phase. Really good damage, actually. You know it. Come on. What? That's not even a rare. We've got two again, I don't use an item filter. Oh no. Oh. Alright, okay, what are we dropping? What are we dropping? I want the superior. I'm still over 6%. Zero res. It's kind of starting to have viable. I mean, it's going to start dropping off. We're going to notice the problems now.
It's so good to be back in this.
I reckon, for me, I was thinking sort of like end of Act 3, Act 4 is going to be difficult. I don't think I need the mana pot anymore.
Travel far.
Alright, should we do a little currency check? See how we've been getting on? So we have 1 alchemy, 1 chaos orb, 1 regret, 1 scour, 1 alteration. Big. Big, big, big. Pardon me. Annoying. Hiccups at the excitement of having a whole chaos orb. Okay. Let's go. Oh. Hardship, suffering. No, sunshine and rainbows. There is no hardship. There is no suffering. There is only sunshine and rainbows in Rayclast. #1 tourist destination, as we all know. Having a divine in Act 2. Probably, yeah. Damage. I think the Siphoning Trap was a good pickup as well, because it lets me just face tank. So I can just, like, lay out the deeps. The big dipper deeps. Oh, go on, go on. Die a shamble. Go on, die a shamble. Yes! Oh, oh, that's slow. Right, let's store this. I think we have to run it. I don't know how much storage I have. Okay, I gotta do the next one. Alright. So I think you should go on Lightning Trap, Piercing Tree as well. Yeah, but I have to get to it, Cardia. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it. So I'm guessing Reese should basically go Exiles first. Oh, you talk about like on the Atlas thingamagiggy. If you can guarantee an Essence, that would be huge. I don't know if they've changed the Atlas passive tree much. No spoilers. But yeah. Getting loads of items off. I've not encountered a Rogue Exile yet. Infant Hunger? Oh, I try not to think about it. Please, please no. Contains Afflicted Fountain. Well, I don't need to heal yet. But both of those are terrible. Oof. Yeah, I guess I'm going for the Afflicted Fountain. You can check it on the PV site. I feel like I want to wait until I get there, because I feel like that would just be like a fun little... And also, I'll have like a better idea of what the League of Mechanics are actually like in Ruthless at that point. You know what I mean? I've not encountered this guy before. Deathly Archmage. Got Frost Mage. Oh, that's... Whoa, calm down, mate. Calm down, mate. Yeah, this is a rough league mechanic to not have movement skills. I think the movement speed beats, once we get the 30%ers, that'll make a big difference. 7 league steps would be so huge. 7 league steps would be insane. Oh my god, can you imagine? It was also like 25. Well, I mean, to be fair, Cardi, I'd not seen that guy before, so I didn't know what his moveset was. And we've got the stupid cursed fountain thing soon, so we'll at least get some benefit out of it. We got to the second boss on our last one, which I was quite happy with. Bricks for dash. Oh, actually, yeah, that's a point. Do items that give movement skills still exist? Because if those still exist, then yeah. They said yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's big. Okay. I mean, I like that I'm pretending that I have any control over what drops in SSF Ruthless. But like, like, oh yes, I can plan a build around them. Interesting. It's like, what use is that information in all reality? Chain hook attack. Yeah. Let's buy some more oranges. What's the cheapest non-frozen fruit that I could eat every day? Apples? Apples or oranges?
If I were death, I'd take offense at this.
I've been trying to have at least a piece of fruit every day. Kiwis? I really like kiwis. They're not that cheap here. You get like a pack of 6 for... I do really like kiwis though. You get a pack of 6 for like £1.50. Bananas. I'm weird with bananas. I feel like for me, bananas are a oh, sorry. Sorry. Bananas are like I eat 10 in one sitting, or I just don't touch them. I feel like there's no middle ground with me. I don't know why I am the way I am, but bananas are very much like I eat a whole fucking bundle of bananas in one sitting, or I just watch them go moldy on my side counter. I don't know why I'm like that. It's exclusively a smoothie fruit. I love banana bread. Banana bread is like one of my favorite things. I think banana bread might be my favorite baked good. And you're like, but Tarke, there's a very easy solution here. You've just said you love banana bread. Make banana bread. Okay, this might be saying something about myself. I get really obsessive about banana bread. So about once a year, I go through a banana bread phase where I basically make a loaf of banana bread every day, and I get very angry about how moist the bottom is. And I just ping pong. I will genuinely spend about 3 weeks making banana bread every single day until I make the perfect loaf. And then I'm like, cool. And then I don't make it again for a year, and then I forget entirely how to make it. Yeah. And yeah, I don't think it counts as fruit. I mean, there's fruit in it. Banana sandwiches. I could do banana and peanut butter. Yeah. There's something quite nice about just, like, biting into a piece of fruit. I quite like the ritual of peeling an orange. It's like, I quite like a hard-boiled egg. And I know that you can peel a hard-boiled egg very quickly, but I purposely peel my hard-boiled eggs as slowly as possible to get maximum enjoyment out of the egg eating process. I have a very, very boring life. Yeah, usually I bounce between apples and oranges. Yeah. No, tangerine's too easy to peel. No, you want a slow peel. You want to enjoy it. It's kind of like... So I don't smoke, but it's kind of like how... If you're someone who rolls cigarettes, right? Peeling a hard-boiled egg is the equivalent of me having a cigarette. Right? Makes sense, right? And likewise, me having an orange. Or like, freshly ground coffee. Oh, yeah. This guy with the low movement speed, no movement skills, is rough. It's a bad combo with that and the fire beam, because it makes the tracking rougher. Makes sense to me, yeah. Ooh, a gold ring. Might use that instead of the mana ring. Big. Get that rarity. I got the superior there. I don't know if it's because of I do so much stuff digitally. But well, that was a big heal. What do we get? Oof. God, that was rough. Yeah, I don't know if it's because I do so much digitally, but I really enjoy physical rituals. There's just something very satisfying about it. It's like I quite enjoy cleaning windows. Hoovering, boring. I don't mind hoovering. I quite enjoy brushing rugs. Like getting hair off of rugs is quite satisfying. That's quite a satisfying process. It's a bit like oh, obviously power washing. That's the king. Everyone loves a good power wash. Please clean my window. Where are your windows located? Or I've got a Henry. Got a Henry Hoover. Which I feel like is the default answer for anyone who lives in the UK. It's either that or they've got like some £50 million Dyson. Sweden. Yeah, that might be slightly out of my slightly out of my wheelhouse, I'm afraid, Bess. I don't actually even have a passport at the moment. I need to get a new passport. My passport expired during COVID, and I'm like, I should get a new one. But then it's like, I'm not going anywhere. So I'm just not... I know you should have a new one. Like, I know that I should have a new one. Especially since I don't drive, it's actually my only, like, ID. So I definitely should get a new one, but it's just I don't want to spend like £80 for no benefit. It's like the most boring of purchases, which when you're trying to save money, to spend £80 for a document that you're not using, you know, is that fair? You know, and also because that's the thing as well, like it expired like 2 years ago, so they only last for like 10 years. And I've not gone anywhere. So I've basically gained 2 years of value. Right? Big brain. 42 life. Ooh, well that's got resistances. Resistances are better. That's good though.
My shadow continues to nip at my heels. Bag it and tag it, boys and girls.
29. Won't you need an ID to vote now? I mean, I'm already on voter registration. Usually for that you can bring like a utility bill, you know, just like a proof of address.
Enough of this.
Then you can only use drive slash brief ID in banks. That's the only reason I got a house renewed. They're trying to push it? Oh, I might need to look into that then. Dropped a blunderbore. Oh, that's cool. I've always wanted to make a blunderbore build, but I've never had one in SSF. I know that Octavian used it a couple of leagues ago. I want to say it was one of his shield crush builds. Yeah, that's cool.
Good luck to you.
Actually, no, we're vending those.
Come over here.
Champion bleed corrupting fever.